Good evening, everyone. This is Jyotisha Astrology channel. This is the second episode of Jyotisha Stories. So, what's the story behind that particular horoscope which you can see in front of you? So, I received that horoscope from my friend recently, let's say a month ago, who asked me to share my thoughts on that particular horoscope to describe the nature of a person, their character, etc., etc. So I was asked by my friend to give my opinion on that particular horoscope. So in today's episode, I will share with you what catched my attention, let's say, what factors I distinguished in that horoscope. So, this exercise will help you to see the difference between a novice, a person who starts their journey with Jyotisha, and a person who is at certain level and has got some knowledge. Yeah. So I'm not going to reveal everything regarding that particular horoscope in order to allow you to think, to reflect on that particular horoscope. I will give you some hints, yeah, to in order to direct you in a certain particular way. And like I said, I'll share my thoughts on this horoscope. I'll emphasize or stress the most important things which catch my attention. I will tell you what I disliked in that horoscope. I will talk about the most important things which we can distinguish in this chart. Okay, and I will give you some hints in order to allow you to have some space to have your own reflections, your own thoughts on that horoscope. Okay, so listen carefully if you can. I believe it's going to be a quite interesting one for the audience, for you. Okay? So let us simply begin. Okay, so the first thing which will focus our attention will be obviously the 1-7 axis here. What we can see here. Obviously, before we start, I also mention that I'm not going to discuss that horoscope thoroughly. Obviously, there are so many factors visible here. So if I do not cover every single thing, doesn't mean that I can't see it or spot it. Okay, I'll just focus on a few most important factors which draw my attention, okay, without going to every single detail of that horoscope. I believe that should be clear. So let us begin once again, starting from the 1-7 axis, okay? We've got Lagna in Mesha with Ketu on the Lagna, okay? On the opposite, look how the seventh house look like. You see, there is a bunch of grahas in the seventh. Yeah, so you've got obviously retrograde Shukra here, the owner of the sign, retrograde Buddha, also Guru and obviously Rahu in the 7th house of Tula. Okay, so we see the bunch of grahas in the 7th. What I would like to stress about that particular combination and the 1-7 axis. So, my first remark, this is a very well-known combination for obviously good astrologers. Yeah? If you are at the beginning of your journey, if you are new to astrology, you will have no idea what I'm actually talking about. But more experienced astrologers, they know very well what that combination simply mean. I'm not going to reveal it, but for those who reached a certain level of knowledge, that combination is very well known. What I would advise is to think about that. More importantly, search about those particular placements, read about it, yeah, because you can read when you study astrological literature related to Jyotisha. This is a well-known combination which falls in 1-7 axis. Yeah? This is related to especially Ketu in the first, falling in the Lagna, and bunch of grahas, including Rahu, falling into the 7th house. So, what I suggest, think about it. Search, read, astrological literature. That combination, I will repeat it once again, is well known for the astrologers, for the good astrologers who reached a certain level of knowledge. Okay, so as I've said before, I'm leaving you some room, some space for your work, your bit to be done. Okay, let me just clear that picture right now. Okay, just give me a second. Welcome to another factor. Okay, I paid attention obviously to the very 7th house. What is happening here in that 7th house? Okay, some of astrologers would pay attention to so-called Graha Yuda, yeah, or nearly a Graha Yuda. What do I mean by that? Look at the degrees of Guru, Bratikaraka, 2348, Tula, and Shukra, 2413. These grahas, obviously, they are in different degrees, but they are within a degree. Okay, it depends. Some astrologers consider it as Graha Yuda. Some of them would consider it as nearly Graha Yuda. Okay, but this is not the case here. What is the most important factor here for me? I'll tell you just right now. The most important factor occurring, taking place in the 7th house is obviously Guru, which is Jupiter, and Rahu placement, joint placement, which we describe as Guru Chandal Yoga. I will repeat, this is Guru Chandal Yoga. Does the Guru Chandal Yoga really works? Is it worth to notice, take into consideration? I will give you a good advice. Yeah, Guru Chandal Yoga really works, and it carries its significant meaning, which adds to a horoscope significantly. If you will hear in future any astrologer or so-called astrologer telling you that Guru Chandal Yoga is a rubbish, astrological rubbish, it doesn't work, please do not listen, because Guru Chandal Yoga really works. And I'll add it once again. If you read astrological literature, you can find many instances, many examples showing you how Guru Chandal Yoga manifests in a horoscope. Yeah, so pay attention to that, factor, which we call Guru Chandal Yoga. This is, in other words, this is Guru Rahu conjunction, let's say. Yeah, so that's what we consider and call as Guru Chandal Yoga. Okay, just in brief and in general, but that's important factor occurring in a horoscope, Guru Chandal Yoga. Okay, let me clear that, and we'll come to talk about other placements, other things which I can see clearly in that horoscope. Okay, so we'll come to the third point. Okay, what's the third point? Let's look at Shurya. Shurya placed in Kanya 2610. As you can see, Shurya is Atma Karaka if we talk about Jaimini astrology. Yeah, so Shurya placed in Kanya in the 6th house becomes our Atma Karaka. What is worth to notice here? Okay, look carefully. Okay, I'll guide you through that. Shurya as the Atma Karaka doesn't receive any aspect here. Yeah, if we talk about Jaimini astrology, look at different houses from where Shurya could be aspected. Yeah, it would be the 3rd house, it would be the 12th house, yeah, it would be the 9th house. So you can see clearly that Shurya, which is obviously Atma Karaka, the most important graha in that particular horoscope, doesn't receive any aspects, yeah, and remains in the 6th house as the 5th lord of the horoscope, as per obviously traditional astrology. Yeah, as per traditional astrology, the 5th lord placed in the 6th. Okay, but what happens according to traditional Parashari astrology? Does Shurya receive any aspect here? Look, where's Shani? Where's Mangala? Yeah, where's Guru? Where are the other grahas? So you can clearly see that Shurya doesn't receive any aspects at all, and that's very important factor in this horoscope. Okay, let me clear that picture, and we'll come to other things. Let me just clear that. Just give me a second. Okay, and we'll jump to another important thing. Let's have a look at Chandra, which is moon. Look at its placement. Okay, we'll take into consideration first Jaimini aspects. Okay, Shurya is placed in the 10th house of Makara here. Chandra is placed in the 10th house of Makara. And let's look at Gemini, Rashi, Drishtis. Look. Surya aspect Chandra, I'm sorry. Chandra aspects the 2nd house, aspects the 5th, yeah, and aspects the 8th. What can you see here? Chandra, the same as previously, Surya, Chandra, which is our Matrikaraka in that horoscope. The same situation occurs. Chandra, the same as Surya, doesn't receive any single aspect as per Gemini astrology. As per traditional astrology, it becomes different, but I will talk about much later, okay? About traditional aspects regarding the Chandra placement, yeah? Now we focus on aspects per Gemini astrology, Rashi Drishti, yeah? The same, similar situation. Both lights, Surya and Chandra, in Diwan, in Rashi, doesn't receive any single aspect as per Gemini rules, as per Rashi Drishtis. Okay, that's also very important factor which can't be omitted or can't be overlooked because it carries its own significance. Okay, yeah. So think about that, reflect upon that. Yeah, but let's do one more thing here, okay? We will move to Navamsha. Let's have a look. Where's Chandra in the Navamsha? Chandra, obviously, is in the Lagna, in the Navamsha, in the sign of Mithuna. What is happening in the Navamsha? Look at the aspects. If Chandra receives any aspects in the Navamsha, look. Chandra aspects the 10th Kendras, obviously, yeah? 10th, 7th, and 4th in the Navamsha. But these houses, these Rashis, remain empty. So observe that particular situation. Compare Rashi, Diwan, and Navamsha. You see, in both charts, there's not even a single aspect falling on Chandra. You see what is happening in the one and in the Navamsha. This is a suspicious situation. Chandra is Matrikaraka in this particular chart. So you need to think about that particular placement. Look at the one, Rashi, look at the Navamsha and ask yourself why Chandra doesn't receive any single aspect as per Gemini rules. Okay? Yeah, so pay attention to that. Alright? Yeah? Okay. Because like I've said, this is very important. Yeah? Very, very important. When you take here in the Navamsha also traditional Parashari aspects, what can you see? Chandra also doesn't receive any aspect as per traditional Parashari astrology in the Navamsha. Yeah, I would say, it needs to, that particular situation, is suspicious. You need to think about what you see because this is very important. Yeah, that particular placement and that Chandra doesn't receive any single aspect as per Gemini astrology. Okay, let me clear that. Let me clear that picture and we'll move forward. Okay, we'll move forward. Regarding that Chandra's placements in Diwan, in Navamsha, I really didn't like that due to my reasons. I won't reveal it to you right now, okay? But take into the consideration that Chandra is Matri Karaka, and follow that direction, yeah, and come to your own conclusions. Think about Matri Karaka. What are the significations of Matri Karaka, yeah, and the situation which is taking place in both charts, the one Navamsha, and come to your conclusion, your own conclusion. I gave you a very good hint. Chandra is Matri Karaka. Okay? Yes, so we'll jump to another factor, yeah, which draw my attention. Okay? So look at that bunch of grahas in the seventh house. We come back to the seventh house. Guru, Shukra retrograde, Buddha retrograde, Guru and Rahu forming Guru Chandal Yoga. Okay, let's look at the aspects as per Jaimini astrology. Yeah, this is very important. Also, look what is happening from the seventh, the aspect, the second, yeah, second house. Ask yourself, what are the significations of the second house? I'll talk about that later on, yeah, but this is very important, yeah, that bunch of grahas aspecting, second aspecting the fifth, yeah, and aspecting the 11th house, Kumbha, yeah, and what we've got here in Kumbha, here there's our Shani retrograde placed in Kumbha. Our Shani plays the role of Putra Karaka here. Yeah. Guru is obviously Bhratri Karaka. Shukra is Amatya Karaka. Yeah. Buddha retrograde is Gnati Karaka here. It all carries its own important significations. Yeah. So I'll give you another really good hint here. Yeah. Look at those aspects. Yeah. In turn, Shani, obviously, retrograde, aspects that bunch of grahas in the seventh, yeah? So, my hint is that think about the behavior. The question which you could easily ask is that, I'll tell you what is the question. Do you like to be fool, trick, cheat, or maybe fleece others? Do you like to do so? So, this is my question. After observing, analyzing it, this is my quick conclusion. I want to just simply ask a question to the owner of the horoscope. And the question, as it goes, is, do you like to, I repeat, trick, befool, cheat, or fleece others? Yeah, look. Shani is Putra Karaka here. Yeah, I won't tell you what the Putra Karaka and its signification means. You should know that. Shani is Putra Karaka. Shukra is Amatya Karaka. Buddha, more importantly, is Gnati Karaka here. Guru is Bhratri Karaka. Yeah, those all factors carry their own important significations. Yeah, so that's why this question appears in my mind. Okay, yeah. Do you like to cheat others? In short, yeah, follow that direction. All right. I'm going to clear the picture right now. We'll jump to the next point. Okay, in a second. Okay, so look, let's focus on Shani in the 11th. Shani in its own sign, Shani being retrograde in the sign of Kumbha. Yeah, look at the situation, circumstances, what is happening here. Yeah? Shani in the 11, aspecting the Lagna of Mesha and Ketu in there, aspecting the 4th and Mangala, which is by theory definition debilitated in that particular horoscope. Mangala in the 4th in Karka, yeah, another aspect of Shani, and another one which I discussed previously, Shani aspecting, obviously, the group of those 4 grahas in the 7th. Think about it, yeah? It adds to the picture, okay? Yeah, so let me clear that, and we'll touch upon the next point. Just give me a second. Okay, now we'll take into consideration 2 grahas. Okay, first one will be Shurya, which is our Atma Karaka. Shurya in the 5th house. Shurya in the 6th house of Kanya. Okay, so that's our first graha. Second is Shani retrograde in the sign of Kumbha. Okay, so we'll mark their position in Rashi and also in the Navamsha. Okay, look about their placements and compare in D1 and in the Navamsha. Okay, so as you can see, in Rashi you've got Shurya in the 6th in the sign of Kanya, Shani in the 11th in the sign of retrograde, obviously, in the sign of Kumbha. In Navamsha you've got Shurya in its own sign in the 3rd house in the sign of Simcha, and Shani also falling into its own sign of Makara, but in the 8th house. What is the relation between them? Why I do pay my attention, yeah, to that particular factor? What is the importance? What is the meaning? Now, coming to the point, we will talk about something which we describe as Sadashtaka. What is the Sadashtaka I'm talking about? This is the mutual, yeah, relation between 2 grahas, let's say. Look how they are placed, yeah, to each other. Yeah? So you can see that Shurya, yeah, here's the Shani in Kumbha, and Shurya is placed 8 houses away from Shani. Shani, in turn, is placed 6 houses away from Shurya. That position, 6, 8, yeah, axis. That's what we call Sadashtaka. Okay? It is a good position if it comes to, in general, if it comes to spiritual life, yeah? Being involved in different spiritual practices, spiritual life, into your sadhana. Yeah? In real life, it doesn't bring so auspicious results. Okay? Look what is happening in the Navamsha. Yeah? Shurya, we've got exactly the same situation. Yeah? Shurya is placed 8 houses away from Shani. And yeah, and Shani is placed 6 houses away from Shurya. This is how, repeat, this position, yeah, we call as Sadashtaka, 6, 8 axis. Okay, so that's also very important factor in this horoscope, what you need to pay attention to. As I've mentioned, Shurya is Atmakaraka. Shani retrograde is Putra Karaka. What is on the cards? You need to think about that particular positions, about the significations. Shurya Atma Karaka, Shani retrograde, Putra Karaka, 6-8 to each other, which we call Sadashtaka. Very important factor. Okay? Let's clear that picture. Like I've said, I'm leaving a lot of room for you, for your own thoughts, for your own reflections, for your own conclusions. So, purposely, I'm not telling you what is the story behind this particular chart, but allow you to get your own conclusions and your own thoughts, you know? Yeah. Okay. We're going forward. Yeah. We'll go to the next point. What I really disliked when I was talking to my friend who asked me for my independent opinion. My friend obviously asked me to discuss that particular horoscope, which I did. Yeah, I stressed all those factors. Yeah, I mentioned them to him. Now we're coming to the next one, which I particularly disliked. I really didn't like the factor which we'll be talking about right now. And this is not to doom or demonize the horoscope. It is as it is. You need to distinguish, yeah, between the horoscopes, to who that particular horoscope belongs to. Is it a good person or not trustworthy, etc., etc. So, like I'm saying, it's not about any doom and not about demonizing a particular horoscope. I'll tell you what I didn't really like, yeah. In the Navamsha, yeah, it was this factor. Shani Putra Karaka retrograde and Buddha Gnati Karaka retrograde, yeah, placed in the 8th house of the Navamsha, in the sign of Makara, Shani remaining in his own sign with Buddha, yeah, in Makara. And this position I really do not like, okay? Aspects, if it comes to aspects, there are aspects from Amatya Karaka and Bratri Karaka from the 12th, yeah, from Rishabha, and simultaneously Shani Buddha aspecting the 12th, yeah, but just to make it as clear as I can, I really do not like that particular placement. And think more or less what is behind that, what reasoning is behind that. Okay, I'm not going to reveal it, but this is what I really do not like, because it tells me something in particular. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Okay, but like I'm saying, the two things which I didn't like the most, yeah, in that particular horoscope are, as you can see, that placement in the Navamsha, and I mentioned that previously, that particularly Chandra, which is Matrikaraka, doesn't receive any aspects per Gemini astrology in both horoscopes, in both charts, yeah, in Rashi and in the Navamsha. It tells me a lot, okay? It tells me a lot, and it should tell you a lot as well. I gave you a hint. Chandra is Matrikaraka in that horoscope. Take that into serious consideration, okay? Cleaning that. If we talk about that particular horoscope, obviously, we've got our series related to Mandukdasha, yeah? Just briefly. Is Mandukdasha applicable to that particular horoscope? Obviously it is. Look how many grahas we've got in Kendras. We've got Mangala in the 4th. We've got Guru, Buddha, Shukra, yeah, and Chandra, yeah, all those grahas falling in the Kendra houses of the horoscope. So Mandukdasha is obviously applicable, yeah, on that particular in that particular horoscope and can help you a lot while analyzing this horoscope while doing the predictions as it helped me when I was working on that horoscope. Okay, yeah, I was doing my predictions by using Mandukdasha on that horoscope, for instance. Yeah, okay, okay, let's move forward. Okay, so obviously, very known factor. We've got three different grahas being retrograde here. Shani, Shukra, and Buddha. You need to take such thing into consideration. What does it mean? For instance, yeah, one particular thing is that the person, it shows us that the person might think very differently, might think or behave very differently. Most likely both might think, might behave differently than most of people. Yeah? In conjunction to what is that? I'll give you another hint. Yeah? I told you at the beginning of that video, we discussed that placement. Ketu in the first, yeah? Ketu in the first and bunch of grahas in the seventh. Most importantly, with Rahu. Yeah? So, if you think about that particular placement, plus adding that grahas being retrograde, three grahas being retrograde, it gives us a better picture. Yeah, the painting becomes, or the picture becomes clearer if you join, yeah, these factors, if you add them together. Yeah, so whenever you see grahas, many grahas retrograde in the chart, yeah, just stop for a moment and you obviously need to take to the conclusion, yeah, that the person might behave differently, might have different views on certain things in life, might behave differently, might display different behavior than most of people would do. Yeah, and this is extremely important if you see that combination, that particular placement of Ketu in the first, yeah, and Rahu with a bunch of grahas in the seventh. It tells you a lot if you reached a certain level of knowledge of Jyotisha. Okay, let me clear that. Let me just clear that quickly, and we'll briefly talk about some other factors. Okay, let's talk briefly about traditional Parashari astrology. Okay, let's look at the Lagnesh, which is Mangala in this chart. Okay, Mangala as the Lagnesh is found in the fourth house in the sign of Karka. But what is the most important? The most important here. Look how active is the Lagnesh. It is very active. It behaves in a very active manner. Why? We need to consider the aspects. The fourth aspect of Mangala, yeah, falls into, just give me a second, into the seventh house. Mangala, by its own traditional fourth aspect, yeah, it aspects that group of grahas in the seventh, yeah. Then Mangala obviously aspects Chandra, which is its own dispositor, yeah, in the 10th house. So that's the next aspect. And the last one is obviously is obviously the aspect on Shani, yeah, in Kumbha. So that's what do I mean by saying that Mangala, the Lagnesh, the First Lord, is very active in a horoscope. Okay? Yeah? You see in turn that Shani nor Guru, they do not aspect Mangala as per traditional or the any other grahas apart from Chandra, which exchanges aspects here with Mangala. Yeah, but I'll come to that later on. Okay? But let me just stress it one more time. How active is that Lagnesh itself? Okay? So pay attention to that. How many grahas these Lagnesh aspects? Yeah? What kind of grahas these are? Yeah? What houses the Lagnesh aspects? Yeah? It will help you a lot. Okay? Yeah, so let's clear that. Give me a second. And I'll just mention a few more things. Okay? We're coming back to the seventh house and that bunch of grahas, yeah, remaining or falling into the seventh house. Okay, what I want to stress here, we return to Gemini astrology. Yeah, so I want to focus on the aspects on the second house. Look, we've got that bunch of grahas aspecting the second house. Yeah, let's add. We've got Mangala aspecting the second house. We've got Chandra, obviously, as per Gemini astrology, aspect the second house. Why do I stop at the second house? What is the second house responsible for? Obviously, as any house, it carries many significations, yeah? But one of them, which I want to talk, is that the second house is the house which we call as or describe as Niyama. Niyama. What does it mean? That Niyama. This is the house of our ethical ethical conduct. Yeah. So that's why I stopped at the second house. Following ethics, ethical behavior or unethical behavior, wrong, bad behavior. Yeah. It is seen from the second house. Yeah. I will repeat, this is extremely important. We call this house, the second house, as Niyama, which is ethical conduct. Yeah? Look how many grahas do aspect the second house. And here there comes another principle, extremely important principle of Jyotisha, which you need to know, which you need to understand, because if you don't understand, yeah, you won't really realize what is happening in that chart. Okay, so where I want to focus my attention, look at that seventh house and the nature of that grahas in the seventh. Yeah, Shukra retrograde does not matter. Shukra, Buddha, yeah, what kind of grahas they are? They are Rajasic grahas. Yeah? Tula is a Rajasic sign. Yeah? These grahas, Rajasic grahas. Plus you've got that Guru Chandal Yoga occurring here. Guru is obviously by nature. Yeah? A Sattvic graha would placed here in a Rajasic sign. Yeah? Chandra is also Sattvic graha placed in Tamasic. Mangala is Tamasic graha placed in sattvic sign, yeah, but here, most importantly, we focus on that seventh house and the aspect on the second, yeah, these grahas, Buddha, Shukra, yeah, aspecting from Rajasic sign, yeah, or Rashi, yeah, being themselves Rajasic, it tells us a lot about person's values, person ethical conduct. What is that? Rajasic guna known for? For what? For ambition, yeah, being involved in outside modern life, day to day life, instead of being involved in any sattvic, things, yeah, obviously. So it's about the ambition, self-interest, putting yourself into the first place. So you're driven by your own interest. Does not matter if it involves, being not honest with others, cheating others, etc. Doing whatever it takes in order to achieve your goals. Being selfish, yeah, being selfish, being even unscrupulous, yeah, have no scruple, yeah, that's the nature of rajasic, yeah, quality. And I'll be repeating that slowly, yeah, look at those grahas, shukra, because like in any different horoscope, you need to pay a lot of close attention to those rajasic grahas, how they are placed in your horoscopes, yeah, like Shukra, like Buddha, they will tell you a lot. People do not fully realize the importance and impact on the horoscope, yeah, but I'll be repeating that as the mantra here. Look at that quality of Rajasi, which gives you a lot of ambition, self-interest, putting yourself in the center of attention, taking care of your interests, yeah, whatever you deal with, you thinking about your personal gains, achieving your own goals, being selfish, yeah. We're talking about the second house when those grahas, as rajasic grahas, along with Guru Chandal Yoga, they aspect the second house, which is of ethical conduct. Niyama, it tells us a lot about the nature of the person and if the person follows ethical conduct or not. Yeah, and the situation is totally different. Yeah, so think about the behavior following ethical conduct. If we're talking about such rajasic quality, yeah, being dominant, yeah. So talking briefly about those aspects of those bunch of grahas from the seventh. Seventh, we know what the seventh is related to. In general, relationships, but not only. Check the significations of the seventh house and what it is related to. It tells you a lot, yeah. Those grahas aspecting second, for instance, apart from being that of niyama, it tells you about our eating habits. You've got Guru Chandal Yoga here, yeah. You've got those rajasic grahas with Rahu, with Guru, aspecting the second house. It will tell you a lot about eating habits of that person. It will tell you about how the person is talking, about what the person is talking. It will tell you about a lot of the values person follows in their life, yeah. So watch closely to that, okay, to receive the full picture, yeah. Look at the second aspect, yeah, those grahas from the seventh aspect, the fifth house. You need to understand what is the fifth house apart from those spiritual significations, spiritual meanings, yeah, which are included in the fifth house, yeah. Fifth house carries a lot of different meanings related to day-to-day activities. Yeah, obviously falling in love, etc. Excitement, yeah, mental abilities, yeah, things like that, yeah. But the fifth house in our day-to-day life is more responsible for our mental, inclinations, tendencies, yeah, in connection to the seventh house, yeah. Link both pieces, I would say, together. Seven different people doing business with different people, yeah, putting into the center of your attention different people. Connect that to the fifth house of mental, inclinations, thinking, yeah, intelligence, yeah, planning something, speculative business, yeah, things like that. I stress speculative business, kind of any speculative, situations, honestly, related to money, speculative investitions, different dubious schemes, yeah. That's the fifth house is related to, yeah. You see that these grahas aspect the 11th house of gains. One more time, money, 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 yeah. Think about that. Think about that 11th house, yeah. Money, 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 assets, second house, apart from being niyama, eating habits, yeah, fifth house, it will tell you a lot about the nature of the person whose the horoscope we talk about. Okay? Yeah, so think about that carefully. Okay, I'm giving you many hints here. Okay, so let me clear that. Yeah, like I'm saying, there is a very interesting story behind that horoscope. Yeah, and behind that person. I told you that my friend asked me to share my thoughts. Yeah, to elaborate, to give my opinion on that particular horoscope. Yeah, to give my opinion about personal trait and characteristics, about the person's behavior. Yeah, I'm just repeating you what I told my friends, obviously, without taking into consideration every single factor, yeah, because it would take too long. Okay, the last things which I want to discuss very briefly. Okay, so just to clarify some matters. Okay, distinguish, yeah, distinguish between theory and practice. Yeah, distinguish theory from practice. Yeah, in theory, what we can see as per traditional astrology here. Okay, look at the position of Chandra, yeah, Chandra, let's say, and Guru. By theory, yeah, it does constitute, yeah, Gajakasari yoga in theory, but you've got also many different factors contributing to that picture. Okay, look what is happening to Guru in that chart. Yeah, Shukra, Buddha, surrounded by Shukra, Buddha retrograde. Yeah, constituting Guru Chandal yoga, blah blah blah, in this horoscope. Yeah, in theory, still you can distinguish Gajakasari yoga here. Yeah, okay, but how it is that in real life, okay, in practice. So that's one scenario. Okay, second, more important thing, yeah, let's look at traditional aspects, parashari aspects. What we can see here, you've got mangala, I'm sorry, in the fourth of karka, aspecting its own dispositor, yeah, because mangala is remaining in the sign ruled by Chandra. Mangala is placed in Karka, yeah, and in turn you see that Chandra from the 10th is aspecting Mangala, okay? So, what does it tell you? Or maybe what does it, no, let's put it this way, what it wouldn't tell you if you wouldn't reach a particular level of knowledge, yeah, what that particular aspect hides, you know. I'll tell you, I'll explain that. So, clearly and briefly, you've got those placements, yeah? 7 to each other. Chandra in Makara, yeah? Mangala in Karka, yeah? But we're talking about these aspects, yeah? They might be in different rashes, yeah? The most important is that they are facing each other, okay? There is a group, yeah? Most likely you do not know that, or you do not realize, yeah? There is a group of certain astrologers. So while they see such a placement, if they see such a placement in a horoscope, like this aspect, traditional aspects of Chandra and Mangala being 7, yeah, being apart from each other, being in so-called opposition, yeah, as Westerners would say, yeah, Chandra Mangala facing each other. There is a group of astrologers who refuse to give a consultation, yeah, who refuse to analyze, yeah, a particular horoscope, just basically by seeing that happening. And I'm not inventing things. When you, like I've said, like I've stressed, when you reach a certain level of astrology, you will know more those subtle things about horoscope. And I'm telling you the truth right now and how it really is. A certain group of astrologers, by seeing those aspects between Chandra, once again, yeah, Chandra and Mangala, as per traditional astrology, yeah, they will even refuse to analyze that horoscope, yeah, to do the consultation. Such a hidden meaning, yeah, there is in that, remains in that particular, placement, yeah. Chandra and Mangala, 7 in opposition to each other, facing each other. One, the last time, you need to be aware of that. Some astrologers, by seeing only that single factor in a horoscope, will refuse, yeah, to do a consultation of the particular horoscope. Just that single factor. That's how it works in astrological world. So I'm going to finish on that. Like I said before, I just mentioned, most important factors. Obviously I've not covered all, yeah. I left you plenty of room for coming into your own conclusions. It will benefit you more if you do some work, if you think on my words, of what I said, mentioned, noticed, yeah. If you reflect on all of that, it will give you more benefit. Obviously I didn't want to discuss that horoscope openly, telling you everything I know about that particular person and horoscope, yeah. Let's work, do some work, think about that horoscope, think about what I mentioned here, come to your own conclusions, yeah. Have your own thoughts, reflect on that particular chart, okay. So I'm going to finish this episode right now, okay, and I'll see you in the next episode, okay. Take care, wishing you a lot of health, stay blessed, and I'll see you the next time. God bless.